Welcome. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. Allow the eyes to softly shut. Start to check in with the body, with the breath, with the mind. Notice what's going on. Notice what things are grabbing your attention through your whole nervous system. Today is the spring equinox, full solar eclipse, and a new moon. It is a day all about restarting and renewal. And so much of restarting is allowing ourselves to let go of whatever's in our past. And in order to do that, we have to recognize what's happening in our current present as it becomes our past. And something we're going to focus on today is learning how to increase the heart rate and then decrease the heart rate. This is a style of incremental learning that has been shown over and over again to separate average from exceptional. When we can train our body to increase our heart rate and then in 45 seconds or less slow our heart rate, we're able to learn faster, expand faster, we're able to get through stressful situations with calm. This is all based on the concept of when we are working so hard at something and we just keep pounding away and we can't figure it out and we can't see the answer to it, and then we take a break for a second. We go and we wash our face, or we walk outside, or take a few deep breaths away from our problems. Then we have that aha moment, and suddenly we figure it out. And so this has been shown in everything from chess championships to mixed martial arts championships, all across the board, of how to better ourselves, how to continue to learn and expand. And so anytime we find ourselves in this space of being able to slow the heart rate, see if you can allow yourself to restart, renew, and eventually through this incremental training, you'll find that when the heart rate is increased for whatever reason, it becomes easier and easier, especially to come back to this same space. So noticing whatever's happening in the nervous system, through the mind, through the body. Inhale all of that in. Slowly exhale it out and let it go. Deep inhale in. Reach the spine a little longer. Slow exhale out. Renew, relax. Restart. Deep inhale in. Let the belly fill up. Let it fill with any of those thoughts or worries. Slow exhale out. Let it release, restart, renew. Deep inhale in, reach the arms out and up. And send the shoulders back. Engage the low back, release the hips. And slowly exhale out, sending the center of your back far back behind you, finding that space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, coming back to center. Reach the right hand behind your back. Relax that right shoulder down. Maybe grab on to the right fingers with the left hand. Pull the right fingers a little farther forward. See if you can still relax the sit bones, reach the crown of the head high, relax that right shoulder down, and then let the left ear come down toward the left shoulder. Keep that right shoulder engaged and reaching down. Reach the crown of the head a little farther away, really opening up through that whole neck and trapezius muscle. Slowly start to turn the gaze up. Keep that left ear coming toward the left shoulder. moving through each of the muscles through the front of the neck, all the way down through the collarbone. Still breathing long. Same long inhales, long exhales. Keep that right shoulder active, reaching down. And then slowly start to bring that left ear back toward the left shoulder, moving through each of those muscles, all the way through the neck. Allow the gaze to come down toward the earth. Keep that right shoulder active, lengthening away. Open up through the back of the neck, all the way down through your scapula. Keep that right shoulder active. And then allow your chin to come down to your chest. Release the hands. Long through the back. Start to walk your hands out in front of you, round down through the spine. Forehead down toward the earth. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming back to seated. Take that left hand behind the back. Maybe grabbing on to the left fingers with the right hand, sitting up tall. If you're feeling a lot of work happening in your hips, so you can straighten your legs out as a nice counterbalance towards sitting tall. Otherwise, keep the legs crossed. And start to let that right ear come down toward the right shoulder. Keep the left shoulder active, pulling it down, feeling long through the side of the neck. Long down through that shoulder. Feel those muscles working, lengthening. Feel long through the spine. Slowly start to turn the gaze up. Feel that opening through the jaw, front of the neck, down through the collarbone. Same deep breaths. Keep pulling that left shoulder down. Long inhales, long exhales. And then just as slowly, keeping that right ear heading down toward the right shoulder, start to bring the gaze down, opening up through the back of the neck, down through your shoulder blade, keeping that left shoulder active. Letting your chin make its way all the way down to your chest. And release the hands. Allow your forehead to come down toward the earth, round the spine. Walk the hands out. Slowly walking back up, roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. Inhale up one more time. Exhale, rolling back. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, place your hands out in front of you. Tuck your toes. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Step or float to the front of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Check that the second toe is lined up with your ankle, knees, and hips. Release down, forward fold. Shake the head yes and no. Feeling long through the torso. Heavy with the head. And put a little bend in the knees. Slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Bring the hands to heart center. Close the eyes, taking a moment in Tadasana. Feeling your heart rate with your backs of your thumbs. Relaxing the shoulders, tucking the pelvis slightly. Notice if you're sinking toward your medial arches, lateral arches, the insides, outsides of your feet, leaning to one side or the other. Feel that even distribution throughout your feet. And then inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart, head down to your toes. Inhale, coming halfway up, tuck the chin, feeling long. Exhale, releasing down, step back with the right foot. Inhale the left foot back, inhale in and plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, shoulders way out, elbows in. Inhale through and up for cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot up in between the hands. Exhale, left foot to meet the right, release down, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up one vertebra at a time, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart down to the toes. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot. Inhale the right foot back in plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale through and up, cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale the right foot up, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, bend into the knees, touch the fingertips, and then reach them up into the sky. Utkatasana, same deep breaths. Notice if the hips are sticking out. Notice if they're tucked under. Get the chest high. Same deep breaths. Toes, ankles, knees, hips all in line. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh. Push down with that left hand. Bend a little deeper into the knees. Breathe a little deeper. Notice if the knees are collapsing in or one is coming out in front of the other. Find that same deep breath. On an inhale, coming back, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh. Push down with that right hand. Same long inhales, long exhales. Bend a little deeper, open that right shoulder a little more. Inhale back, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to your hips. Walk your feet together so that your toes, ankles, knees are all pushing in toward each other. And inhale the fingers up. Transfer the weight a little more towards your heels. Same deep breaths. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh. See if you can twist just a little deeper, bend a little deeper into the knees. Now that the knees are together, there might be a little more room to reach the right fingers up, down, and left fingers up. Same deep breaths. Bend a little deeper, twist a little more. Inhale back, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh. Deep breaths. Maybe bending a little deeper, maybe opening the arms. Inhale back, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, lead with the heart. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Right fingers down, bend into the right knee, left fingers up. Same deep breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. Left fingers down, bend into the left knee, right fingers up. And right fingers down, heel toe the feet back, hip distance apart. Interlace the hands behind the back, let your pinkies come down toward the earth. Bring your shoulders back toward each other, crown of the head a little longer, release it. Same deep breaths. And release the fingertips down. Put a little bend in the knees. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Either hands down at your sides or hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Feel your heart rate begin to decrease. When we really work on this ability to slow the heart rate, even in these heightened spaces, we can start to slow our heart rate in 45 seconds or less. Such a short amount of time to be able to conquer whatever life throws at us. See if you can feel it getting a little slower. Breath coming long. Very nice. On your next inhale, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart down to the toes. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back with the right foot. Inhale, step back with the left. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, right back up to plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, floating down, chaturanga. Keep the elbows in. Inhale, right back up to plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Last one, let's move a little slower. Inhale, rolling forward slowly to plank. Exhale, down for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up just as slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. And then float the knees just an inch up off the earth like we're about to come into tabletop. Same deep breaths. Engage the core, roll the shoulders back. Long inhales, long exhales. And tuck the toes, walk your feet together, back behind you. Roll onto the outside of the right foot, left fingers up. Working on those shoulders. If you need to, you can place that right knee down. Maybe bring that left knee up for tree if you want a little more. Listen to your breath. Listen to your body. Spread the fingers on the right hand. Spread the fingers on the left. Same long inhales and long exhales. Take one more inhale in. Slowly coming back through center to plank. Maybe exhaling all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bend the knees, float. Engage the core. Long inhales, long exhales. And straighten the legs, feet together. Inhale, roll onto the outside of the left foot. Left knee down if you need to. Maybe bring that right foot up for tree. Same deep breaths. Spread the fingers on both hands. Long inhales, long exhales. One more inhale in. Exhale, coming back through plank. This time exhale one forearm at a time down to forearm plank. Interlace the fingers except for the pinky and ring. Pull the elbows in toward each other, back towards your big toes. Find that shake and quiver. Long inhales, long exhales. Engaging the core, engaging your breath. Long through the spine. And release all the way down to the earth. Hands under your shoulders. And then take the right hand out to the right side. Press down with that whole right palm. Bend the left knee. Send the left heel up and over. Opening up through that right shoulder. Keeping the right shoulder active while it's opening. Maybe reaching the left fingers up and back. A few deep breaths. Now we're going to be here for a little while. See if you can start to let the heart rate decrease. Find that renewal. Find that restarting. Feel the breath getting longer, heart rate getting slower. And gently release that sigh. Bring the right hand under the right shoulder. Left hand out to the left side. Really press down with that whole palm. Bend the right knee. Send that heel up and over. Notice if you're locking out that left elbow, maybe put a little bend. Press down with that whole palm. Staying here, reaching those right fingers back. Same deep breaths. Same release in the heart. Let it slow down. And gently release. Coming back through center. Make a little pillow with your hands. Release one cheek down. Really let that heart rate slow. Let yourself renew, restart. And start to prepare the heart rate. Prepare the body to find your way back. So reach those fingers out in front of you, thumbs facing up, big toes together. Gaze a little bit more down toward the earth, and inhale, engage the low back and lift. Long inhales, long exhales, keeping the legs as straight as you can. Try and lengthen out through the shoulders. Deep breaths. Keeping the chest and knees floating, reach back for your ankles or tops of your feet, kick into your hands. Long inhales, long exhales, knees a little closer, shoulders back. Engage the quadriceps to kick a little higher into the hands. One more inhale in. Exhale, gently release, hands under your shoulders. Start to send the hips back. Take just 2 breaths in child's pose to release the low back. And then inhale, coming up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees just an inch up off the earth. A few deep breaths, engage the core, roll the shoulders back. And inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that right knee up to your nose. Slowly. Exhale, send it back, keep that foot floating. Bring it all the way forward. Softly place it down near the right hand. Check that the right hip is still heading back, left hip is heading forward. Second toe, ankle, knee, hip. Pulling that right heel back, engage the right hamstring. Come up to your fingertips. Try and take some of the weight out of the hands. Same deep breaths. And left heel down. Open up, warrior 2. Pull the hips toward the long side of your mat. Pull your feet in toward each other. Relax the shoulders. Knee right out over the toes. Long inhales, long exhales. Be sure the knee is still on top of your ankle, not out over the toes, but pointed out toward that second toe. Same deep breaths. Right elbow, right thigh, left arm up and over. On your next inhale, heading back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale back. Exhale, reach. Inhale back. Exhale, reach. Now take a few breaths here. Maybe reaching the right fingers down, left fingers up. Bind if it's in your practice. Long inhales, long exhales, engaging that right hamstring, pulling that right hip in, opening the left shoulder. Same deep breaths. And if you've come into that bind, slowly start to straighten that right leg as far as you can. When you need to, you can release the right hand down toward the earth or to that right shin. The left hand, keep reaching behind the back like you're trying to reach around for the inside of the right thigh. Opening that left shoulder a little more. Same deep breaths. And then inhale, coming up to standing. Keep the legs straight. Turn the right toes in. Bring both heels in toward each other. Exhale down. Interlace the hands behind the neck. Take an inhale in. Exhale, right elbow, right thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, left elbow down. Inhale through center. Exhale, right elbow down. This time reach the right fingers, left fingers up. Same deep breaths, pulling the heels in toward each other. Inhale, coming to center. Arms out. Exhale, left hand down, right fingers up. Notice if the knees are collapsing in toward each other. Are they still reaching out to the sides? Same deep breaths. Inhale, coming to center. Keep reaching the arms out. Exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale, the right heel up. Exhale, release. Inhale, the left heel up. Exhale and release. Inhale, both heels up. Few deep breaths. See if you can bend a little deeper. Keep that forced arch. Keep reaching the heels a little higher. One more inhale in. Exhale, release the legs, parallel the feet. Exhale down, forward fold. Few deep breaths. Start to walk out over to the right toes. Releasing down. If you can, grab the outside of the right ankle with the left hand. And then maybe reach that right hand in between the left arm and the right thigh for the opposite thigh. Same deep breaths. And then turn those right toes out, coming back into that lunge on the right side. And then on an inhale, take the weight forward and up. Bring that left knee all the way up into your chest. Exhale, heading all the way back, bend into the right knee, send that left foot back. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, chest down to your thigh, take the weight forward and up. Inhale, bring that left knee up into your chest. Exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, chest to your thigh. Inhale, left knee up into your chest. Exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh. Push down with that right hand. Open the arms, bind if it's in your practice. Same deep, long breaths. Take one more inhale in, open that right shoulder a little more. Exhale and release. Make a little pillow with the left side of your mat. Place the left knee down, untuck the toes. Keep that left hand down, bend into the left knee, reach back with the right, open up through that quad. Few deep breaths. Maybe deciding to reach back with both hands. Sinking the hips a little farther forward. Long inhales, long exhale. And gently release that left side. Tuck your toes, coming back into that lunge. Take the weight forward and up one more time. This time get that left heel really high, standing splits. And left foot down to meet the right. Release down, forward fold. Put a little bend in the knees. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Hands by your sides or heart center. Few deep breaths. Close the eyes. Lower the heart rate. Renew, restart. Let go of everything we just did. Let the heart rate slow down. Let the breath stay long. Very nice. Noticing if that right hip feels a little different than the left. Seeing if you can feel the heart rate decreasing. Feeling your breath. Noticing what thoughts are coming up. Any worries or stresses, let them go. Let it restart, renew. If you're sweating a little, which I hope you are, see if you can feel any of those toxins and things we've been holding on to sweating out of the body so that you have a clean slate to restart. As you're ready, feeling that heart rate slow, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the chest, heading down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left. Inhale back with the right. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Float the knees just an inch up off the earth. Same deep breaths, engage the core. See if you can still feel your breath, your diaphragm, pulling the air down into your body behind that tight abdomen. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that knee up towards your nose. Exhale, send that heel all the way back and up. Inhale in. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly place the left foot down near the left hand, checking all of that same alignment of second toe, ankle, knee, hip on each side. Pulling back on the left heel, forward with the right hip. Maybe even trying to find a little shake and quiver here. That means something good is happening in the body. Keep those legs so very active as you start to take some of the weight out of your hands. Same deep breaths. Maybe even lifting those front toes to really feel that medial arch being high. Keep the legs active by pulling back on that left heel, forward with the right hip, but keep reaching the right heel back. Same deep breaths. And place the right heel down. Find your way up, warrior two. Move with grace, stability, strength. Notice if the left knee is lined up still with that second toe, the mound of the second toe. Pull the left hip in, reach the right hip back. Engage the core, take any arch out of the spine. Notice if one hip is sinking a little more than the other. Notice if the shoulders are right over the hips. Chin toward the front middle finger. And then maybe forget everything I just said and close the eyes and breathe. Keeping the feet active, pulling in toward each other, spreading the toes. Same deep breaths, long inhales, long exhales, deciding to challenge yourself just as much as you would like. The more you pull your feet in toward each other, the more you engage your core, pull your hips forward, the more you reach your fingertips out and away and then bend into that front knee, the harder this becomes. Listen to your breath, listen to your body. We can decide to challenge ourselves as little or as much as we like in these simple postures. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm up and over. Deep breaths. Long through the breath, long through the musculature. Feel that heart rate increasing. Use that extra pump of blood to reach a little longer. On an inhale, heading back, peaceful warrior. And exhale, reach, extended side angle. Inhale back. Exhale, reach, move with your breath. Inhale back, let your movement stop as your breath stops. And same as you exhale, let your movement stop as you run out of air. One more time for good measure. Inhale back. Exhale, reach forward. This time finding whatever variation you got on the other side, really pulling that left hip in, maybe reaching back for that bind. Long inhales, long exhales. Tucking that left hip, rolling that right shoulder back. Deep breaths, keeping that left hip tucked. Keep pulling back on that left heel. If you're in the bind, stay in the bind, and everybody start to straighten that left leg. Trying to align each and every joint. Bring that left hand up to that shin if you need to. Keep that right hand reaching behind the back like you're trying to grab the inside of that left thigh. Long inhales, long exhales, still feeling long through the spine, opening that right shoulder up, same deep breaths. Gently find your way up to standing, keep the legs straight. Turn the left toes in, feel that release through the hip. Then bring both heels in, bend down into the knees, pulling the pelvis forward. Try to not let the low back be doing any of the work here. Bring the hands interlaced behind the head. Try to not put too much weight in those hands. Take an inhale in. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, right elbow down. Inhale to center. Exhale, left elbow down. This time reach the left fingers down to the inside of the left foot, right fingers up. Notice if the knees are trying to collapse in. Engage the outsides of the hips to open them a little more. Inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, right fingers down on the inside of the right foot, left fingers up. Same deep breaths. Open that left shoulder, bend a little more into the knees. Open the hips, open the breath. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, bend a little deeper into the knees. Inhale, the left heel up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, the right heel up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, both heels up. Deep breaths, bend a little deeper into the knees. Roll the shoulders back, get the chest a little bit higher. Let all the work be happening in those hips and thighs. One more inhale in. Exhale, straighten the legs, parallel the heat. Lead with the heart down to the floor. Deep breaths. Walk the hands over to that left foot. If you can, grab the outside of the left ankle with the right hand. Maybe reach that left hand through for the opposite thigh. Deep breaths. Keep reaching out toward the left toes as you turn the left toes out. Find your way back into that lunge on the left side. And then take the weight forward and up. Inhale, bring that right knee all the way up into your chest. Exhale, send that foot all the way back into your lunge. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, chest to thigh, weight forward and up. Inhale, right knee up into your chest. Exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, knee all the way up. Exhale, reach it all the way back. Inhale up, crescent pose. This time exhale, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh. Deep breaths. Maybe opening the arms. Bind if it's in your practice. Deep breaths. Remember that right knee is there if you need it. Anytime. Same long inhales, long exhales. See if you can bend a little deeper into the left knee. Open that left shoulder a little more. Same deep breaths down into that tight, twisted diaphragm. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Pillow with the right side of the mat. Right knee down. Untuck the toes. Right hand down. Bend into the right knee. Reach back with the left. Really sink the hips forward so that you're rolling forward onto the bottom of that quadricep and not on your knee. Maybe reaching back with both. Sinking the hips, pulling the right hip forward. And gently release. Tuck those back toes. Lunge. Take the weight forward and up one more time. This time get that right heel as high as you can. And place the right foot down, hip distance from the left. Release down, forward fold. Maybe placing your hands under your feet, maybe grabbing a peace grip, or just pulling against the backs of your legs. Releasing through the hips. And releasing the hands. Put a little bend in the knees, slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Hands by your sides, or hands to heart center. Few deep, well-deserved breaths. Feel that heart rate. Let it decrease. Let it slow down. Restarting, resetting, renewing. Letting go of everything that just happened. Very nice. Find your way back to that same calm space. Listen to your breath. You have the technique. Long breath. So now just allow the subconscious to take over. As you're ready, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Right hand down, bend into the right knee, left fingers up. Opening up a little more through the hips. And left fingers down, bend into the left knee, right fingers up. And gently release down. Plant the hands, stepping back to plank. Take an inhale in. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place it down near the right hand. Place the left knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, shine the heart up. Exhale, pull that right hip back, flex the right toes, crown of the head down. Inhale, rolling forward once more. And then exhale, this time rolling all the way back down onto your mat. You can either pull that left heel around, start to make your way down towards your toes. Or if you would like, you can come forward all the way into Hanumanasana. We've really gotten into those hips, so you might be a little more open than you would expect. Take a few deep breaths, wherever you are. Really letting go through those hamstrings. If you can, keep those right toes flexed back towards you. And see if even when the body is not necessarily working so hard, you can start to increase your heart rate. Maybe by breathing a little deeper. Focusing on really deep breaths. You know how it feels to have your heart rate increase, have the blood in your body warm up. See if you can put the same amount of intensity into activating that front leg, into reaching long through the hamstrings as you had when we were in all these crazy lunges. You can choose to activate your body as little or as much as you would like, no matter where you are. And then gently release, finding your way forward to that lunge on the right side. Place the left knee down, untuck the toes, walk the hands in front on the inside of that right foot. Be sure the right ankle is out in front of the right knee, maybe coming down to the forearms. And then maybe tucking those back toes and lifting that back knee just to get a little deeper into those hips. Same deep breaths. See if you can keep pulling back on that right heel to activate the right hamstring. Keep the heart rate up. Keep the blood warm. Keep the breath long. Focus on the breath. And place that left knee down, untuck the toes. Coming up to your hands, walk the right toes to the left side of the mat. Really pushing down with that whole right toe. Keep that right leg active. And then go ahead and actually pull that right heel in toward your left hip flexor. And then using your hands, if you can find that nice little arch in the back, And then bend the left knee and reach back with the left hand. You got it. Very nice. Coming into mermaid. So you can stay right here, just pulling those toes in toward that left shoulder. Trying to get that left hip to come a little farther forward, like you're trying to place the left hip on top of that right heel. Maybe reach the eye of the elbow for those left toes. Maybe reach that right arm forward and back. Otherwise, just keep pulling that heel toward your glute, toward that right shoulder. Very nice. And gently release that left side. Bring those right toes as far forward as you can. And keep that right hip down. If that left hip just doesn't want to make its way toward the earth, you can bring that left knee up. Start to send your chest out over that front shin. Now we can really start to release the breath, release the heart, let it slow down. Let your head, neck, and shoulders be heavy. Maybe making a little pillow with your fists for your forehead. Keeping that right leg active as it opens. Letting the heart rate decrease. Breath be long. Reset, renew, restart. Let everything we've done, just let it go. Allow yourself to renew. Slowly come up to your hands. Tuck those left toes all the way back behind you. Send that right foot back and up. Gently release that hip. Whew. Place it down next to the left. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale that left heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Find that lunge. Place the right knee down and tuck the toes. Be sure the left ankle's right under the left knee. The left hip is in line. Inhale, coming up to the fingertips. Exhale, rolling back. Keep the hips in line the whole way back as you flex the toes, crown of the head down. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, rolling all the way back. You can pull that right heel around or find your way into Hanumanasana. Wherever you are, see if you can feel the hamstrings active by engaging that left quad, and see if you can keep your heart rate starting to get a little faster by engaging the muscles, engaging the breath. Don't allow yourself to just sit easily into this pose, but let your whole body be active. Let your leg be active. Let your low back be active, pushing your belly button like it's trying to reach out over your toes. If you're in Hanumanasana, you probably have enough activity happening in your body, but just in case, keep those toes flexed, pulling that right hip forward, reaching that left hip back. See if you can sit a little higher, or if you're really crazy, you can reach the crown of the head up over the toes. Same deep breaths, let the body be active, even though we're not necessarily doing the most challenging work physically. See if you can still let your heart rate be quick, let your body be active, let your breath be long. Focus on those deep breaths to warm the body, warm the heart. And slowly find your way forward, back to that lunge. Both hands to the inside of that left foot, forearms if you would like. See if you can keep those right toes tucked. Reach that right hip back. Keep pulling back on that left heel in order to keep the left hamstring active. Find your strength. Keep reaching back with that right heel. Keep those hips active as they're opening. Keep the body warm. See if you can maybe even take a hand and feel your heart. Notice how quickly your heart is beating. Huge deep breaths. Keep the body warm. Keep the breath going. And place that back knee down and tuck the toes. Walk the left foot over toward the right side of the mat. And then bring that the left heel toward the right hip. Maybe even just staying here, working on pulling that right hip forward, feeling it in that right hip flexor. And then maybe reaching back, bending that right knee, pulling the right toes toward that shoulder, opening up, trying to sink that right hip, maybe grabbing for the eye of the elbow on that right side. Reaching that left arm forward and back, perhaps. Listen to your breath. Listen to your body. Long inhales, long exhales. One more inhale in. And release. Bring that left heel as far forward as is comfortable. Square the hips if you can. If you just can't keep that left hip down, you can bring that right knee up. Modify pigeon. Start to let the chest come out over that left shin. And then start to focus on releasing, relaxing, renewing, restarting. Let the heart rate decrease. Let that left leg stay active and let the rest of the body release. Allowing ourselves to renew by letting go of everything that just happened. Just letting yourself be here with your breath. Slowly coming up to your hands. Tuck the right toes. Gently, carefully send that left foot back and up. Release that hip. Place it down next to the right. One final downward dog. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale down to your back. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come out to the side. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. This is a wonderful way to really check your heart rate. Listening to that heart rate, listening to your breath. Decide if you would like to stay here or make your way into an inversion, so you can move through plow, shoulder stand, or find a headstand. Or if you would like, just continue releasing down onto the earth. It's one of my favorite poses. For those of you that would like to send your feet up over your head and come into plow, feeling that length through the back. Gently find your way up, shoulder stand. Maybe finding a little stillness wherever you are. If you're in shoulder stand, see if you can get your shoulder blades a little closer so that each and every vertebra is up off the mat. If you're in Savasana, see if you can still feel that length through the crown of the head, through the neck. For those of you that have come up for shoulder stand, find your way back through plow. For those of you that have come through Sasana, take a little time in child's pose. Realign the breath. And then as you're ready, everyone pull your knees up into your chest. Place the soles of the feet down, hip distance apart. Push the heels down, lift the hips up. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Or if you would like, bring your hands under your shoulders and push yourself up. Urdhva. Trying to straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Deep breaths. And wherever you are, bridge, Urdhva. Lift the right toes up, flex the toes. Place that right foot back down. Lift the left toes up. Place that left foot back down. And then gently find your way down one vertebra at a time. Knees up into your chest. Straighten that left leg out. Hold on to the right knee with the left hand and pull it over the body. Bringing out, letting go, really letting the heart rate slow down. Find that peaceful space. Releasing, renewing, restarting. Slowly bring the knees back through center. Straighten that right leg out. Hold the left knee in. Pull it over the body with the right hand. Letting go. Releasing down. Letting go of everything we just did. Wringing it all out. Making space for the new. Slowly back through center and extend out to our final Shavasana. Letting the toes fall away from each other, tucking one shoulder blade and then the other if you're open to some physical adjustment. Let your palms stay up. If you would rather not, you can turn the palms down or tuck them underneath you. Reach the crown of the head a little longer. Release your jaw, your tongue. Let go of everything that just happened through the whole body. Let it all release so that you can find space to restart, renew. Let yourself start fresh. Feel everything that we've done through the whole nervous system. Notice how it feels in your body. And then start to feel all of that work seeping out of you and down into the earth underneath you. Letting your body heal. Letting your body renew. Allowing yourself just to be. Slowly find your way back, noticing your breath, noticing your heartbeat, deciding to stay here or start to activate the body, maybe through the fingers and toes, maybe stretching your arms up above you. And again, deciding to stay melting onto your mat or roll onto one side or the other. Find your way back to that same comfortable seated position. Listening to your body, listening to your breath. Wherever you are, notice if your nervous system is sitting a little calmer, if your breath is coming a little easier, if your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart. And if we're able to restart, renew a little easier, to notice the heart rate, let it slow. On an inhale, take your time. There's absolutely no rush. I just want to thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. For those of you here in person, there is a donation station on your way out. For those of you at home, there's a donation button on your screen. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you are able, or leave whatever you can